Clash of Clans podcast, special episode 14. Hey, Korg.
Hey, Scotty, how's it going?
Good. We're back
Good.
from WBSMT Radio. I'm here with Korg for a very, very special episode, I think.
Phenomenal episode.
Isn't it crazy? This has been a crazy week. So we're putting this episode up tonight. So most likely you'll be listening to it tomorrow, or somewhere in the future. But they just announced the biggest announcement in Clash history, maybe.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I would definitely think it's the one of the biggest, largest, amazing, everybody has been waiting for update ever since Clash of Clans came out.
And we have been trolling along here with not anything too major for a long time, really. Mm-hmm. You know, I think the
whole premise of Clash of Clans is finally coming to a head, and we're actually seeing what I think should have been in place this whole time. But
I agree with you, and when we talk, I'll come back to it.
Sure,
but because there's a big tangent I could go on that. I think.
Oh yeah.
So sorry to interrupt.
No, that's cool. Just from, you know, a fellow lover of the game and playing constantly and watching the game progress as you go from, you know, from Town Hall 1 all the way up to where I'm at now and learning the game and all this stuff. This is going to bring a truly different dynamic to the game.
Right.
Different involvement, different strategy, different clan involvement. It's going to, I think it would restructure some of the way the clans operate.
Exactly.
And how they really, you know, what are they doing? Are they trying to be ranked number one in the world for clan wars? Are they just pushing for cups now? Or, you know, that whole dynamic is going to change here very quickly.
Yeah, we're about to step into a new game. So let's break it down, I guess.
Yeah.
So Supercell on, this is, okay. So it is the, March 31st, and it comes out that there's going to be some announcements. I think it was on Monday, right?
Yeah.
And I think it was Chief Pat who announced it, and it was on the Clash Clans Facebook page. Mm-hmm. That a big announcement was coming, and it was 15 hours, and you could feel the tension.
Oh, yeah. When that little maintenance break happened last night, there was a few of us up waiting, and everybody's like, I gotta go to bed, I want to see this, and we were like, is this the update, what's going on? And oh my gosh, it was so tedious because he put up 45-minute maintenance break, and we were sitting there counting down the times.
Oh, this was last night, or was this on?
Yeah. No, this is last night.
But right before the Chief Pat video came out on April Fool's Day.
Oh yeah.
I was sitting there waiting to see what it was, because, you know, I thought it was it, and then they released the Clown Wars.
Oh yeah,
picture, mm-hmm. And I thought, well, that is the April Fool's joke. Now let's get to the real thing. Yeah, exactly.
And they've been kind of quiet on their Twitter. I mean, they're putting some stuff up, but it's not the normal sneak peek. They're doing their sneak peeks kind of through some of the guys that were some of the big YouTubers that were flown out to their headquarters. They're kind of letting them put out the sneak peeks.
Right. So Chief Pat announced Tuesday that it was going to be the level 5 Valkyries that exploded. And he showed a picture of the hogs, and they were going in slow motion.
Yeah, that was...
And I tell you what, I got totally taken by this. I thought, are you kidding me? The Valkyrie at level 5, how is that going to work? And my hogs, my hog army? And I honestly got really kind of emotional about it. And I thought, you know what, I'm not going to tweet anything for a little bit. I'm just going to let it sit in. And then it started to sink in, and I'm like, wait, it's, not real.
Yeah.
And then, of course, he said something a little bit later. And so Wednesday comes today, and we find out that Clan Wars, which is basically going to pit it must be every third day, because it's a 2-day clan war.
Right.
So your clan is going to go up against another clan for bonus loot.
Correct.
And overall, I guess, counts.
Yeah, so there is a lot of information so far on all the YouTube channels. It's Simon Tay has a good video out there. Godson has a pretty good video out there. Daddy has a good video. Chief Pat had something as well. If you watch all the videos, they really start bringing all the puzzles together. Right. But there's still a lot of questions not answered, and I mean that's to be expected. You know, they still want to leave something extra, so when people get it, they're like, oh cool, there's this too, because there's going to be some type of loot bonus, which I kind of figured out on Daddy's video today. Right. It's if you win the competition within the 2 days, then you get the loot that you rate it for within the Clan Wars, but it doesn't really explain a whole lot about the amount, the storages that are on top of the clan castle. Like, how is that extra?
So we're getting a new level clan castle?
No,
or is it?
That's not.
All of a sudden, it's like a vault.
Yeah, it's like a bank almost, is what it kind of looks like. But how it's going to be used, and is it extra loot? Is there extra loot storages somewhere as far as like on the actual screen where you can see that? That hasn't really been, I haven't seen anything too much on that just yet.
Right. Or how much you lose.
Yeah, it's not, I know it's not going to be, it's going to be like a quarter of what.
There's so many questions.
Yeah, there's still a lot to be answered, which is cool. They're still teasing us in a sense, you know.
Right. Well, and they're kind of teaching us the game, so we know that. Exactly. So the first thing not the first thing you saw, but there's a newer clan castle that functions as some sort of vault or bank for the competition.
Yep.
We know that the clans are going to be matched based on.
Yeah, I have it right here, actually.
You got it? I took a picture of, I think this was on Godson's YouTube.
Yeah, it was. That's where I got mine. And so it's going to be based on hero level, town hall level of your weapons, stats of your base, and they have in parentheses walls, and then number of players. So you're going to basically be matched up against someone that's pretty much evenly matched up against your clan that's, you know, heading up to the other clan. So
right. So all those factors will go in, and then they'll you know, like our clan has been around for a while, so we've got, you know, higher level players with, you know, better defensive bases.
Exactly.
And so we're not going to get paired against a clan that is completely out of that league.
Right, exactly.
And then what else did I wrote down something. And then so what happens then is you have one day that you build that you're going to defend against the other clan. Mm-hmm. And one day that you're going to attack the other clan.
Right. So your first day is going to be preparing for the clan war. So you get to set your base up how you want it. You get to actually view not only your clan members' bases, but you can actually view your clan that you're going up against. You can start seeing their base layouts and stuff.
And it basically looks like a goblin, like two goblin maps. With town halls, and the town halls are the camps of the other clan.
Clan mates or the other clan that you're going up against. Exactly.
And so you prepare your defense, and then the next day, then you prepare your defense.
You get to donate and everything too during that time.
You get to donate to put in the castle.
Yep.
And then the members of the rival clan are going to pick who they're going to target.
Yep. So there's that strategy. Yep. There's going to be a lot of strategy based around that stuff, because you don't want like a high end player smashing on what Boneyard would probably do, smash on all the little bases, right? Because then if you have that one guy that's kind of challenged,
we're going to have to boot him. He's going to pick out the first one.
And then someone that might not be well equipped, you can't leave him to attack someone that's just like crazy high level defense, so you have to have some type of balance.
So it's going to be the amount of accumulated stars. So, if you max you can get when you attack is 3.
Exactly. So this is not cut pushing. This is
it's not about trophies. It's about how much you can win. So if you're looking and you have time to look at other people's camps, you're going to be able to say, all right, Boots, why don't you take that camp because you're really good with that, and I think you could win. This guy's doesn't have very strong troops, but this type of camp might be something that he could take,
right?
And figure out the best strategy in that time to attack the other people.
Exactly. And then that comes to the point where it kind of leaves some more questions. So do you lock in, like, let's say myself, Korg versus Scotty, and we're going up head to head, and, we have everybody else in, Minnesota Nice and then versus, Bohemian Grove. Do we lock into that player so no one else, like, you can't just randomly attack other people? So I think there's going to be a lot.
You get 2 attacks.
Two attacks, yes, that is correct.
So that means you have 2 attacks and 2 defenses.
Right. So you don't want just people running amok, though. Oh, I'm done beating this base. Let me try something else. So there's got to be a lot of organization, though.
I wonder if that kind of starts to fall to people in the clan going, all right, who can I beat? Mm-hmm. Just naturally, mm-hmm. And the higher level people or people that are, maybe better players going, you know what, I'll take this person. But you could probably have somebody totally screws it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And so that's going to kind of put a lot of, I think, I can't remember which one was talking about it. I think, is it Daddy Clash or Clash Daddy?
Daddy.
He had a really good video, I thought, about it, just, in terms of thinking about, coordinating strategies.
Yep. Exactly, he did. I think there's going to have to be a lot of direction from the leaders and the co-leaders and the elders to kind of really orchestrate everything.
Well, and then the clan chat will have a little bit more purpose, too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
To make people, because you can get into that rut where you're just donating and whatever. And so I think there'll be a lot more conversation.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so we know that. I think that is it in a nutshell about what we really the major points of it, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, for the most part,
you're going to be
stars. You can watch replays. You at the top,
so you can watch everybody in your clan's attack on the village, which is kind of cool.
Very, very cool, because you can just click on that base and then just hit replay, and then you could see what happened during that time frame. And then a cool thing is, it's like, okay, so you're just going to be, Scotty, you're going to be solely strictly just taking out Korg. So your 2 attacks are going to be against Korg. So if you 1-star me or no star me, everybody else can see and then give their opinions. Oh, take it out from the side. Use this, use that. So there's going to be a lot of conversations on how to actually, move forward and get those stars.
And I would say, okay, there's one other thing that we forgot to mention before we get more into the details. It'll also be based on the number of players in your clan, and they round down. So you'll go up against a clan of, let's say, the example that was used was 25. So let's say your clan is 40, and the other clan has 36. Mm-hmm. It'll round to 35 players, right? They said round down to 5.
Yeah, yeah. Yep.
So it'll be, so if it's 40 and 35, it'll be 35. So I'm not quite sure how that'll work in terms of who can attack then. Is it maybe it's just the lowest people in that clan that's attacking? Maybe they just can't attack.
Yeah, I mean, and then again, those are going to be the questions that we're going to have to probably figure out on our own once the update hits.
Yeah, and the other thing was the 2-day cooldown.
Yeah, so if you're in a clan war already and you decide to leave the clan and go to another clan, you can't join an existing clan war.
Right.
You have to wait that 2-day period. However, when you're done with your 2-day clan war, you can immediately enter into another clan war. So that's pretty cool.
Well, and here's one of the big things that I thought about with the implications of this update. If I would suggest this, you know how people want to change their name in the game? Mm-hmm. This is the point where you should change your clan name or start your clan if you've wanted to start it.
Because this gives that motivation to really get into it further.
Because it's going to start counting. They said there's going to be a counter. So think about this. If we could go back and we had clan wars in the beginning with our clan and just maybe the clan we're part of, you know, the overall number is going to give a lot of prestige, I think, to those other clans. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it would. Well, there is several episodes that you and I did ago. You remember when I said, hey, you know, Clash of Clans kind of like a stripped-down version of like what Age of Empires would be or like StarCraft and, you know, things of that nature.
Yeah.
Do you happen to remember me saying that?
Yeah.
This is bringing back all that technicality, all that meat and potatoes, all that extra fun gooiness. This is not a stripped down version of what those RTSs were doing. This is like a legit game now when this actually launches.
Yeah,
not that it wasn't legit before.
Right. But it's like, you know, it's like one of those things you didn't know you wanted, but I mean, you knew you wanted clan wars, and I didn't quite know what that would even look like or mean.
Yep.
But you know, every time Supercell's done something, I've maybe had been a little resistant at first, but then I ended up really liking it. You know, I think changing in troops and things like that.
Yeah.
But now that it's here, I'm going, man, this is just going to be, like you said, a whole different game, a whole different dynamic, whole different. It'll shake up I think the clans that are out there because you have more the people that aren't really active in your clan. If you know you're gonna, you know, is it a friend clan? Is it a
it's gonna start really looking at clans a bit differently and what you're trying to do. Maybe make a ghost clan for it again, kind of like what we do for LOC. You know, use that for the 2-day push, and then you know come back into the normal clan. I mean, it's gonna jive up a lot of different stuff.
Well, and you think about it. So imagine, you know, how many clan wars we would have won versus lost, and I would imagine there eventually, if it's not, or there would be a leaderboard. You know, because you're starting.
I would think so.
The very beginning of the clan wars. That's not something you can like cheat. I don't want to say cheat, but like boost with time, you know, or gems or, you know, where you can speed up the time. There's will be a limited number of clan wars. So if your clan has been around for a long time, you're going to have the bigger record. And I think it would be kind of cool to see like, you know, how we see in the league system, you know, where you're at in trophies.
Yeah.
But that, I don't know, like a ranking of the longest, best clans.
Yeah. There's got to be a leaderboard. If it doesn't come out right when clan wars hit, it's got to be somewhere in the mix. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of things they're going to have to smooth out and reconvene on and figure out and stuff, because now you're opening it up to, you know, hundreds of thousands of players versus maybe like 100 players within the development team. You know, there's going to be other things. There's got to be a leaderboard. I mean, there'd be no reason why there wouldn't be a leaderboard. And I haven't really seen too much talk on any of these videos about a leaderboard though, too. So I'm just going to assume that there's not going to be at first.
And maybe it'll just be on the profile page.
Yeah. Wins versus losses or something.
Yeah. And then, you know, eventually, but I like that idea that, you know, people, there's no real way to mark how long you've been in the game, you know, and somebody I wrote a bunch of things down because people had talked about, a few different things that I saw here. It said clan stats. You know, I think it's going to be cool to see how people differentiate within clans. Yeah, there's whew. So what do you, what is your clan saying now?
Well, Late last night when the maintenance break hit, which I think is just kind of like this patch to get everything kind of rolling when the update happens, get everything ready. But one of my brows, Skippy, he's all excited because he's max level everything pretty much. All he has to do is work on walls, and he's been kind of playing here and there. And right when Clan Wars hits, he's like, "All right, it's official. I'm back in the game," type of thing, And we jump into Elder chat right away, and he's like, "Let's talk about this. We got to figure this out," And I'm like, "Well, we got to figure. We don't even know 100% of what's going to happen." So he's all jazzed up, and I'm all jazzed up. But it was super late. I'm like, I got to sleep. So, and then our leader came on and is just like, "Let's see what's going to happen and kind of figure it out from there." But we're all super excited. I mean, especially all the people that are pushing for LOC. This is going to give that extra little edge to everything, get us into that trophy feel, so that way when we do go to LOC, we'll be able to have more practice at the little 2-day clan war thing to really probably beef up our attacks going into LOC and stuff of that nature. So there's a lot of good buzz, a lot of positive buzz right now.
And it looks like Clan Wars will be optional, so people don't have to.
Oh yeah. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you still get the people that are, pushing for trophies, and, there's still going to be top clans, I'm sure, doing their thing, but I would imagine that's going to probably taper off and going to be focused more onto the clan wars.
Yeah, I think especially for the people who've been playing for a long time, because that'll be something that's so unique and new that, it's like that stagnation period that I think people can hit. And I think that's why pushing is good. That after that last push, which was exhausting.
Oh, way exhausting.
Oh my God. It was like, it was fun because now you're getting ready and like you asked me that question, is my clan going to do the next push? And I said, I don't want to give you an answer right now.
Yeah, exactly.
But
sounds like Boots is interested though.
Yeah. Everybody's kind of getting back to that point where
it takes a little bit.
Yeah, because it takes a while for your builders to start building.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, it does. It does. It took me probably a good 2.5 weeks to get every builder going. Oh, by the way, I'm going to Town Hall 10. I don't know if I tweeted that to you.
You did tweet that to me. Congratulations.
Thank you. All my defenses are upgraded. I just got to work on walls, but that's something that it's going to probably be an endless thing regardless.
Well, that's okay. That brings me to Sir Batavis, who's in your clan.
Yep.
Texted in earlier, and he asked a question that I think really speaks to what you're saying about the trophy push. And he said, "Well, do you have any plans to do anything different defense wise before the clan wars?" And I thought, that's something it didn't even occur to me till he said that. But do you think that'll change how, we're getting ready for a push and to be stronger?
Yep.
Do you think there might be some things like people take into consideration, or, I suppose you don't have to be part of the clan wars, but if you're an active part of that, would you change the way you upgrade your defenses, or?
Maybe, it's hard to say. I mean, I still think that we're going to have a lot of hog raids. I still think we're going to see a lot of the same combination of raids happening. Cause I mean, realistically, you're wanting to get 1, 2, 3 stars on these bases. So I don't think we're going to see too much difference, there unless. Now, here's another thing. I don't want to go too much on a tangent, but it kind of is going to
tangent away.
Yeah. So we're getting this huge, massive game-changing dynamic update here pretty soon. Okay. So what else are they giving us a new troop? What other updates are they doing for us? Are they doing anything else, or is it just Clan Wars? No one's mentioned anything like that. Usually when they do updates, they're going to give us this, that, and the other. New troop, new extra gems, something.
They announced this on a Wednesday. Now, I'm expecting the update next week.
Yeah, I would imagine that it would be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I think they try to drop them like Tuesday, Wednesday, though.
Right.
I think is kind of like the norm.
That's typical. So they're sending out. They're basically kind of teaching us this week how the Clan Wars will be played, and so we can start thinking about it. Yeah.
It's a huge change to the game, and it's if you didn't have these kind of like pre-release things going on, I can see it be very confusing in the beginning. But since this has been out and people are watching it, it's going to be a lot easier to jump into it.
Yeah, just even talking through it, it's starting to make more sense to me.
Yeah,
because it was hard to wrap your mind around a little bit when you're so used to the game being a certain way.
Exactly.
And that's, what I was thinking about with your walls, that's where I got off on my tangent. And that was because I've been just really working on my defense, or, my defenses and trying to max them out, and kind of been laxing on my walls.
Yeah.
So I might have to get back to that with the.
Definitely.
I just hate to spend that $500K when I'm trying to get that wizard tower, maxed out or something like that.
Well, here's something that I read somewhere too. Now, it came from, I think it was Supercell Steve that answered this question. But what's going to happen is when you're in your normal village mode view and you're upgrading, I don't know, a wizard tower, let's say, and then you decide to go into Clan Wars, apparently Clan Wars is going to give you all of your defenses. They're going to be available to you. So if you're upgrading something in your normal village view and there's something upgrading, you go into Clan Wars, that upgrade you'll still be upgrading in your normal village, but in Clan Wars you'll have that wizard tower at the most recent level, and it won't be building, and it won't be upgraded. So when you're actually pushing in Clan Wars, you should have every single defense open, available, and ready to battle. That's what I read, and that apparently came from Supercell Steve or Daddy. It was one of the two that answered that.
So that would mean that you would want to leave all of your defenses in place in the normal game when you're playing throughout the day. Mm-hmm. And because that is part of your
base setup
mm-hmm. for that particular day.
Right. And so again, obviously when it drops, we'll obviously see what happens, but that's the deal right now.
So if you've got a couple wizard towers going at the same time, you have to keep them in place for the day in the real game,
right?
That you want them. And so it might be smarter. And kind of how I've been playing it just lately after the pushes, doing one thing at a time again.
Yeah. Well, all my builders are upgraded right now. Everything's going.
Mine just all came. I had that post push.
Yeah.
Finally got everything, and they just, I think, like 3 in one day finished just by luck of how it went. So. I got to get a couple of those things going, but I'm sending my last Expo to 3. I maxed out one wizard tower, and I upgraded both of my Infernos, and I did those at the same time. Now I don't know if I would do that if I was going to do a Clan War.
Yeah, I think it would have to really depend on if those defenses really won't be upgrading during Clan Wars. Because you can still get raided, and you're in the normal way, pre Clan Wars. I mean, you're still going to get raided. People can still take loot and stuff from you. So, I guess it's strategies. I think strategy is just going to change regardless.
Yeah, it's like it is something hard to wrap your head around, and how just down the road a month from now, what we'll be talking about. People listening back to old episodes. Mm-hmm. What about the Clan Wars? So, wow.
This is just crazy. Like every day, every time I'm thinking about it, I guess I'm just a big Clash of Clan nerd, but I keep just thinking about this Clan Wars every day and learning a little bit here, learning a little bit there, and it's just I'm trying to really grasp the whole concept as much as the content that's out so far, and it keeps blowing my mind. I mean, really, I think Supercell took a lot of time to develop this and make it right the first time, and any type of thing that happens future is just going to add on to it. I don't think they're going to come back and do like little patches. Oh, this didn't work, that didn't work. I think they have, just knowing how big this is, I think whatever building block they have is solid. Anything else extra is going to be extra content, extra this, extra that. I don't think we're going to have any real bugs on this.
Those
just the
dark
way it
troops. Those dark troops. I would love, and I'm hoping, because they released it so earlier and they're teaching us, that the normal preview, which I think the previews usually come on the weekend, might be that dark troop.
I'm hoping there's going to be something else that comes along with it. If it's just Clan Wars, I mean, that's just amazing within itself. But yeah, they've got to give us something else. They've got to give us a new troop by now. Yeah, they got to do something different. Maybe a new defense. A new troop is going to be amazing, because that's well over deserved at this point for us. Maybe a 6 builder. I don't know, something, they did. I think I tweeted this. They did lower the cost of the shields to 100 gems for 1 day, 150 for a 2-day, and I think it's 250 for a 5-day or a week.
Okay, so if people don't want to participate, it'll be easy. Kind of like the end of the push, where some people just said that's it.
Yeah, last push it was like 200 gems, I think, for a 1 day. So it's even gone down further. So it's even cheaper to buy a shield if need be. So that'll help in like LOC. I don't know if the shields are going to really work in Clan Wars and how that's going to really play out. I don't think the shields would work.
Oh, I suppose not. If you're going up against,
I don't think that
wouldn't make
work.
sense, would it?
Mm-hmm.
I think in and of itself it's huge.
The splash screen is going to look different too, which is pretty cool.
What's that?
The splash screen when you start the game up, that has a different look too. I don't know if you've seen that. No,
I didn't, but I did. I'm thinking about it now, thinking to those videos, where they're playing against each other. I think it was Daddy's. And he, do you remember if some of the greenery around the sides was a little different?
Yeah. So, okay. I mean, this is just random little content I wish they would do more often. I wish they would change the splash screen like a monthly or, every other month thing. I wish that, when you're looking at your village, it's just the foliage around, and then you got the ocean. And then you got a little bit of rocks in that beach area, and then you got that little path. So it's kind of cool looking, but I think they should change that up from time to time. This Clan Wars, it does have a different border. That's more
what it
dark.
is.
It's more darker. It looks like, I can't really tell 100% what it is, but it almost looks like there's a creature around the sides, kind of looking down in. Yeah, looking down in. I actually like it because the borders are really dark, and everything is pointing. Like there's claws or something. It's all pointing in towards the base. So everything, it's more, I can't think of the word, but it's more focused, and it keeps you more like centered into that base. Yeah. So you're really focused on what you're doing versus like this really bright green, colorful, cartoony foliage around, and like just this brightness hitting your face. This is going to be more, it's more intense when you're fighting.
I think that's the part that I came away with now that we're talking about it, even though I couldn't figure out what it was exactly. But you did feel like through looking at the video, like you were in a different camp.
It's like you're in an arena or something.
Yeah. So you would know if you were taking part of a clan war.
Yeah, exactly.
Or a regular battle.
Yeah. And so I'm looking at Daddy's video right now. I kind of paused it, and it's like it's little bushes around, and they're not vibrant. They're kind of like dull, and there's a lot of rocks. And on the bottom portion of the screen, there's like these yellow claws. They're actually coming back towards you. I don't know if it's a creature or something, but I like the feel of it. It looks kind of brutal in a sense.
Yeah, like a middle of the jungle type.
Yeah, exactly. Like the Thunderdome.
Yeah. You will meet. Well, and I think, they released that new commercial, which I think was pretty cool.
Hilarious.
Just
I watched
because
it like 3 or 4 times already.
the hog rider,
the piano rider.
I've been I've been loving my hogs, and I was so afraid from that April Fool's video.
That they're going to get a huge nerf.
Yeah, I thought if they slow down,
no,
but
they would do that.
I think now, I don't know about you, kind of where you're at in the game and in how you've been playing. I've been really just hogging it up. I've been with 20 and doing my normal attack, but really focused with the hogs, just mostly because I've been farming and getting ready for that push.
Yeah. Well, right now too, just, for all the podcast listeners, I would personally save as much resources. Oh, yeah. Save as much resources as you can. Speaking of which, the 1 gem boost, phenomenal.
Oh,
Perfect
yes.
timing.
Why
Perfect
didn't we start off with that?
Exactly. Perfect timing. They're getting us ready. There's got to be something else around the corner that has not been leaked yet, because they're giving us a 1 gem boost. There's huge updates happening. There's got to be something else around the corner too. I'm thinking new
Boost it good.
I'm saying boost it.
So that's a free one for anybody out there who wants to do the music challenge.
There's got to be something. Save your resources. There's something around the corner too.
I don't have anything to spend my elixir on right now.
Neither do I.
And so I'm really kind of hoping it would just be nice if there was another Dark Barrack.
Yeah, that would be nice. Your hogs would come out, faster. It'd be something else you'd have to boost if you're into boosting barracks, but it's not that big a deal already. But
it would be nice to use things like the golem or the witch.
Yeah. You do 2 barracks with some hogs, and you do another one with the witch, and you pump them out quicker, and you get going faster, and I think that'd be good.
I did when that April Fool's video came and it said level 5 Valkyries. I thought, see, I knew this. I'm missing out on some Valkyrie stuff, but mine are going to level 3 right now.
Yeah, mine are too.
Are they?
Mine too. Yeah, I just got done with level 2. I was in the game. I got 5 days left, I think, on them. And like I said, I think we were talking about that in the last episode. What's going on with the Valkyries? I think they're going to work on them a little bit more.
Yeah, and I think
they have to.
Looking at the hit point increase, just dropping 3 of them, during that push would get you that extra. It would get that star. It would 40 or 50% the base just because they could move fast. And so, right after the push, I started the Valk to 2, and then I wanted to get my king to 15.
Oh, yeah.
So I dropped it into the king, got him to 15. He just finished. That was a long week.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Nice.
And
15's a good spot, too. You get that extra Iron Fist with it.
Yeah, that was exactly it, And I wanted to do the Valkyries when they got done, but I did my freeze spell to level 4.
Nice.
I believe.
That's going to help out tremendously in Clan Wars, too. I mean, Daddy's video was doing a bunch of free spells.
Yeah, is it just, I can't remember what's max level.
5.
Okay, so it is to 4. And I thought that'll come up really nice in the push for my ice cream headache.
Oh, yeah.
The freeze, rage, and heal spell sandwich.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of where I have been. I'm glad my Valkyries are going up and now, and I want to do my golems. Where are your golems?
I haven't worked on them at all. I'm just doing Valkyries. Golems are nice, and a lot of people use them at higher level raids. I've been noticing they just take so damn long to make, and they take so much space.
Well,
it's ridiculous.
I've been using so many spells with my hogs that I've been waiting, for them to get done. And, I'll be sitting there watching TV or something, and I'll just be waiting for the spells to get done. Yeah. And so I remember during the push, I could do a whole barrack of hogs and then get a couple Valkyries out while my other troops trained before my spells were done, going in. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I really want to start experimenting before the push with some new armies. I know I need to, because as you get higher up there, you really... certain armies can only get certain things, it seems like.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I ever since I started playing Clash of Clans, I've kept everything really cheap, really simple. Archers, goblins, giants, barbarian type of thing. I would never really use wizards. I was using heals. The little fairy was a Lady Boneyard, also the fairy. I used her from time to time back when I was lower level. Now it's just barbs, archers, a little bit of gobs, giants, wall breakers. I've been using that constantly. So the first couple of pushes in LOC, I really didn't know what the hell I was doing.
So are you using many spells when you go in?
Oh, yeah. I mean, now I am.
Okay.
And I've changed. I went to the hogs, and that's better, and I understand it, and I can work with it. And I think I'll do that for a while to get a really good feel of, that combination of troops and all this stuff. But when I go to Town Hall 10, I'll be able to hold more troops because I can upgrade my camps at that point. So trying other things, I'm kind of leery because I haven't really mastered the whole hog army too much yet. But I'll probably be doing that a lot more this coming up push. But that was another thing too. I was pushing so hard this last couple of weeks to get to Town Hall 10 because I want to max everything out first and then be able to maybe start 1, maybe 2 if I'm lucky, Inferno Towers. But now the update's getting ready to hit, and it's like, what are they going to give us? Are they going to give us something else that might be a little bit more beneficial than an Inferno Tower?
You're just about ready to get a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I am.
Your builders are going to be busy.
I hope so.
For a long time.
Everything costs so much though, so that's a lot.
Well, think about the early wizard towers, and because you're going to get a wizard tower and a cannon. You're going to get a wizard tower, a cannon, an archer tower.
No, not a wizard tower. There's only 4 wizard towers.
Okay, all right. So
yeah.
a cannon, a drill.
Yeah, I think a cannon. I think an archer tower, a drill, an extra pump, and an extra mine, I believe.
Yep.
Not to mention level 6 wizards. Not to mention minions level 6.
Okay. So you're stepping
2
into a whole
infernos.
Well, and I think that's where I think the Town Hall 8 and 9,
and an extra expo.
Yeah, and the expo. So and the camps that you can take up. So I think 8 and 9. It seemed like that's where it could. It seems like that's a plateau. And then you hit 10, and then it's like, okay, now there's a lot of stuff to do again.
Yeah, and that the game is getting ready to change for me, not only for Clan Wars, but it's getting ready to change for me even more so going towards trophies and being able to do more damage going into attacks and being able to hold off and defend things a little bit. I mean, it's going to take me time to get where I need to be, but I think I have a good solid plan of going into Town Hall 10.
So what is your plan?
Well, again,
barring the update, any major changes?
Yeah, so it's definitely going to be my main focus is going to be getting the Inferno Towers up and maxed 100% to what is it, level 3 that they're maxed out. I'm gonna drop those as quickly as possible, and I'm just going to continuously build them until they're max. And then also same for the expos. I'm going to get all 3 expos down. I'm going to try to build them as high as possible. Then I'm going to go to wizards / mortars. And then from there, I usually do archer towers, and then cannons, and then Tesla and air defense, just depending on the situation. Those kind of, for me, it depends on what I want to do next at that point. But Spell Factory, I get to hold an extra spell, so that's got to be done somewhere in there.
And you're going to have a long week.
Yeah, and then camps. Oh, it's going to be crazy.
So you've got your gold. What about your elixir? What are you gonna...
I'm max elixir right now. I have nothing to spend it on, so I've just been, when I go into a raid, I just throw all my troops at things because I don't even care because I have enough elixir to last me till whenever. But what's going to happen? What's this update going to hold? So I have 8 million elixir. Do I do wizards first? Do I do minions? What do I do?
Do you do the drill? Do you do the camps?
Yeah, exactly. So I have a lot of options. And thinking about going into LOC, obviously pre-Clan Wars talk, do I want an extra 5 troops to go in. Because if I can only get 1 camp done, that's only 5 extra troops. Is that really worth it?
Right.
You know? So, I mean, in the long run, it's 1 less that I have to worry about later. So hopefully when we do next LOC season, all the camps will be done. But yeah, like 5 extra troops.
And you have your hogs maxed?
Yes.
Okay.
I got them maxed right before this last push.
So you're in a pretty good spot with troops, even if you don't do some of the level 6, like the wizard or whatever.
Yeah, I am. Everything is the only 2 things that are not maxed in my lab are Valkyries and Golems. Everything else is maxed.
Wow. Mm-hmm. That's really good. Yeah, I've got I've got everything maxed. I have my Pika at level 3 still. Because I just never have used it. And then
I don't care.
I got my freeze spell and my lightning spell to upgrade. And then the Valkyrie and Golem.
Yep. So it takes a while. I mean, everything just 10 days, 14 days, just like, holy crap.
Well,
you know,
the
it's
end of it almost seems in sight. That's why I think within the next, now that Clan Wars is here, I think people will, at least be really relieved and happy about it. And then, so if a new troop doesn't come, it's going to be coming,
It has to.
Yeah.
It's way overdue. Overdue for a new troop. There's got to be something else that's going to change the game even more so. And with Clan Wars, you got to bring in something extra to it as well. That's just my personal feeling or opinion on that matter. Because it's going to be you're still raiding, you're doing the same thing. It's just against another clan, which is very, very nice. So I don't want to make it sound like it's a bad thing. But you got to have a different dynamic when all this comes down,
Well, I hope it's if it's a troop, if it's a dark troop, I'd be happy if it's either a dark troop or another dark barrack.
Give us a barrack and a troop. Screw it. Go out.
I can
Supercell, if you're listening.
But they would have. That would be a lot. I would be happy for it. But I'm not going to hope that much.
What about another level of pump and mine, like level 12 pumps and mines?
That would be nice.
That would be interesting. That'll help out a little bit, especially when things are getting so costly. It's like raiding. Yeah, there have been some pretty good raids lately, but it still takes.
That's what's going to be the nice thing about this week with the 1 gem boost again is the raids when you find those abandoned camps.
Oh my God, those are so amazing. I think it was when was the last time they did that? This was like October.
No, it was over the
Christmas time, right? Yeah,
for a while, and it was.
Yeah, the first push that we did. Yeah, it was. The first push that we did, though, I remember they did, right around that time, they did one gem boost, and I think people were just kind of getting tired again, and dude, oh my God, I was hitting like 300K plus raids constantly.
Sir Vadavis, I asked what my highest raid was, and I couldn't remember, but I think I took a picture of it back then. Mm-hmm. But I would imagine it would have been during that time because they had changed the loot system.
Oh, yeah.
You could get more loot. Oh, was it? So that I'm looking forward to this week, but it'll take, I think, 2 or 3 days for it to get really juicy.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But then when I'm sure the boost will stop when Clan Wars start. I would imagine.
Yeah, it might. But, kind of, speaking of loot, I mean, just kind of recapping, rewinding back when that new loot system dropped and, now fast forwarding it. Because I think you and I actually had an episode during that time frame too. And we were kind of debating like, well, how do you like the new loot system and stuff? And at that point, in the game, it was still fresh.
Yeah,
and
it wasn't right away.
It wasn't. And I think what Supercell said was something to the effect of, you're going to see like this weird like spike and then it's going to drop and it should come back up again pretty high and then it should start plateauing and it should even itself out. And it has done that.
Yeah, it has.
So they're doing something right. They know what they're doing and it's been fairly beneficial. I mean, there's days where it's just loot, just crap. You can't find anything, but it's consistent.
Yeah, it's consistent. You're right. And I've been having some really sweet raids.
Yep. So fun.
Since the push, I have been picking out my camps that I raid much more, like spending more time looking for the right camp for the one that I can really take with what I have. And it has been making me a lot of money.
It has, and that's the thing though too. I remember, I know I search a little bit more now than what I used to at times. Sometimes you hit, jump in a match right away, and I find bases very quickly. But other times it takes me maybe 10 minutes or so. But I mean, you're only losing out on maybe 60K gold, but you're going to hit like a 250K gold raid or 300K raid, or if you need both resources. I don't really need both resources right now, but you're getting more than what you put into searching. It's nice. I like it.
And it's thinking more strategy. And in watching some of those videos today, it really kind of refreshed my appetite for strategy and when attacking, like really thinking about it and being strategic, which I liked about the push. It got exhausting after a while, but it's kind of fun to really think about a battle.
Oh yeah, absolutely, it's fun. And I think this is gonna actually help and aid League of Clans more, because going back earlier into our episode here. Basically it's a 1 day push, 1 day push, you're raiding twice, but that's a really good time for the people that are in League of Clans to practice, and especially like newcomers to League of Clans. So we just, speaking of, shout out to Corey Ritter and Prime Caution. They're joining LOC this time. So that's cool. They're from the podcast. Thought I hit them up after I heard the special episode that you and him did.
Awesome.
So they're going to be, they're kind of familiar with pushing, obviously, but for newcomers, I mean, it gives those people, more opportunity, more chances to
more
challenges
to attack other people instead of just farm.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, exactly. Oh, speaking of challenges, let's flip that word to achievements. You think there's going to be more new achievements now that Clan Wars is out?
I bet it'll
be maybe some achievements based around Clan Wars.
I would imagine.
There's so many answers.
It'd be easy just to put in there when 200 individual battles in Clan Wars, and then have a somebody was saying, or was I reading in one of the chats, the idea that you could get experience points for being a leader because of the Clan Wars, or it was something to that effect, where they might have an achievement based on leadership of a clan.
Huh.
Which would be kind of an interesting dynamic if they did a new achievement. But you could do an individual clan, or be part of a clan, consecutive part of a clan, maybe. I don't know. It would be but I think the individual competition in the clans could definitely be an achievement.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of questions that are, not answered yet, and they're just kind of showing us the fundamentals, which is...
We'll see how much we get right between now and next week.
Yeah, definitely.
I do want to shout out, there's a bunch of shout outs and that I do want to get to before we go.
Cool, yeah, get to them.
Gamer Commandos, formerly Reign of Fire, Cluggo's clan.
Yep.
Gamer Commandos, all one word. They're doing a push as soon as the boost is done. So, Cluggo wanted me to let everybody know if people are looking for a clan that, you're a high level player, and I don't have the message right in front of me, that wants to push coming up after this boost. Go to Gamer Commandos. Sydney Quartz from CPT, Darth Pope, Randy, Cosmos got Masters. So did Cluggo this week.
Oh, very good.
I knew I was gonna.
Congratulations. That's a big feat. You've never hit that first.
Yeah,
before.
and there was a couple things he sent in. that I've seen. So Cosmos got it. I think Dr. Octagon.
Oh,
I can't remember.
Shout out to Dr. Octagon and his clan too. I made a visit to their clan recently too. Very nice.
There's a couple shout outs he wanted me to give. Titan Lion and Atiok joined them in Cosmos clan. It is I'm trying to remember the name here. I just said it. Was it Prime Caution?
No, Prime Caution's Corey Ritter.
Castle Dynamics. Dynamics.
Yeah, Castle Dynamics. There it is.
That's okay. So Cosmos is a leader.
Yeah, very nice crowd over there. Very nice. They don't have like a trophy cap or anything. It's basically anyone can join. And I went over there to kind of talk to them a little bit about LOCs, maybe see if anybody's interested. And we don't always go with a 50-man crew into LOCs, so we have a couple spots. So we kind of, I'm trying to open it up to a couple other people a little bit. I kind of got the green light from my leader on that one. Well, I didn't kind of, but I did. So that's cool. So I kind of invited them, and I popped in. I didn't realize I just hit join, and I was already in the clan. I'm like, whoa, that just took me by surprise. And a lot of them, they recognized me, so that was pretty cool. Yeah. So big shout out to that clan. Very, very nice. I popped in there a couple times, see what's going on. Friendly, talkative, active when I was in there. So and I donated and stuff like that. So it's a good clan, good environment over there.
Cool. Yeah, I missed a trophy push Darth Pope had asked for a man without a clan, and I had missed it because I got a lot of spam in the email all of a sudden for some reason.
Yeah, that happens.
Let's see, what was Dr. Octagon had sent in a couple pictures of attacks, and those bat bases. He sent in a picture of a bat base, and those things are still. He actually did really pretty good. He got 76% using dragons, minions, 7 dragons, 18 minions, 5 balloons, 44 archers, 2 heals, and a rage.
Wow.
And a clan castle. And a witch. Or not a witch, but an archer. But still, I have not successfully went up against a bat base at all.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. I had never rated a bat base. They look cool, and I come across them from time to time. My bro Skippy, he actually had one too for a while, and I like them. I'm a Batman fan, so whenever I see them, I'm like, cool, let me look at that for a second.
Yeah, when I see them, I think to myself, damn, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah.
Of doing that right away. I think that'd be cool to be the first person to do the bat base.
Oh, yeah.
And I've seen a couple cool pictures of, spiders, and you run across some really cool ones now and then. Mm-hmm. Like the cube one that Boneyard had seen. And so people send those in sometimes. They're pretty cool. And, sorry, what was that?
Like a 3D cube that you used to do like elementary school, whatever, make it look all 3-dimensional.
Yeah. And I've seen bases like that. Another one, and I'm going to try to get to other shout outs coming up. B-Dub, from NW : Shadowtown. And he's part of a triad of clans. And I'll have more on that coming up, but when I can pull up the emails and things like that. So those are the shout outs that I've got so far.
Very good. Cool.
Minnesota Nice. Boneyard,
big shout out. Yeah. Big shout out to Boneyard.
How about you?
Again, just my normal people. We got, actually, you know what? I'll give a shout out to Auto Dojo. We just call him Dojo. He's down in Mexico living the life right now, drinking pina coladas or whatever on the beachside, looking at the ocean with the sunset, and he's sending pictures into us, and he's an asshole. I love you, but I hate you, man. I wish I was there with them.
That would be so nice.
Yeah, so he's down there on vacation for a couple days. So, Dojo, always bright and frank, our leaders. Skippy, Graz, Cookie Babe, Eli Jack, King Richie. We actually had one of our longtime members kind of drop out. It's Rev Gal. She's starting a new bakery thing, had a newborn baby, now she has 2 kids. So she kind of pulled back, but we still keep up with her in our clan chat, out of clans called QB. So we do a lot of chatting in there. like just again, great family. Every time I leave, the last couple of days I've left the clan to go kind of chat with these other clans to see if I get them into LOC. I'm always telling Frank, my leader, I'm like, dude, don't worry. I'm coming back. This is my home. I'm not leaving. So Frank, when you're listening, I'm not going anywhere, bro. I'm sticking with Parliament of Owls.
Very nice.
So
yeah, Minnesota Nice has been rocking. Everybody's been really pretty active in donating and been some high level donations.
Yeah. Well, what's your buzz in your clan right now? What's the, obviously it's going to be Clan Wars, but what's the jive? What's everybody talking about? What's the excitement now?
It's just I think people are kind of getting into showing some good raids. I've been recording a couple that I want to put up on YouTube again, and then it's just been chit chat. Shout out to Burnsy. He's been on a lot. I think he had almost 4,000 donations, or probably hit 4,000 last week.
Holy shit.
So it's just been, in and out, chit chat here and there. And I think with the update and things, filling people in.
Are more people active now that they've heard about this Clan Wars and stuff? Have you seen people that you haven't really seen?
You know what? There's been a lot more notifications when I've went in, and seen how many messages. So I think, and that's been in the last couple days. I think even if it's not like outright getting people pumped up, I think it's having that effect for sure.
That's good.
Same with you guys, or?
Yeah. I mean, it's only been since the maintenance hit last night. It's only been like a day or so. I haven't really been on today. I popped on to donate. We're going through a thing called Man Week, so the theme of this week is to donate as many troops as possible.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that's like a little internal competition that we have between our clans and stuff like that. So I haven't really been on tonight. I just wanted to get a lot of information and stuff like that about the Clan Wars so we can talk about it tonight. But cool. Last night and a little bit this morning in our QB app that we use, there's been a couple extra people that I haven't seen in quite some time. So there's a lot of talk around Clan Wars, what we're going to be doing. People seem like they're more interested, but again,
that commercial might be hitting the airwaves,
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like I said, we've had a long time owl with us, Brow, Skippy. He's kind of been in and out a little bit, and now that this happened, he's just like, he's so gung ho and he's ready to go. And so I think a lot of people, once they start, pop back in, after a couple days and go, what's going on? Let's get things ready.
Well, it'll be awesome to see what happens coming
up.
Oh,
yeah. It's going to be amazing.
So we better wrap up. We're running a little over an hour. So, so thanks for being here again. Get a hold of us at ClashClansPodcast.com or follow us on Twitter at WBSMT Radio. I think that's about it.
Cool.
Thanks for being here, Korg. It was awesome.
Thanks for having me again.
I'm excited to see how it turns out, and how we've talked about past updates and things and speculated. It's fun to always listen back to and see if we're right or not, or
even if we are right. I mean, just to see the progression of where it was to where it is, now.
Definitely.
Speaking of the
speculation. All right. Well, keep it clashy, everybody.
See ya.
Skilly beep 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 skilly beep.